This week on the show, we're featuring Aventurine, labradorite under the microscope cam, preserves on Why'd I Buy That, 32 new jokes, and more containment than a Super Bowl. I had my appendix taken out, but now I can't find the sections of books I want to read. Let's start the show. Have 4 things on the saw. Chunk of labradorite, we'll look at that under the microscope cam. This here's a piece of orange selenite. Now that's a terrible camera angle. Good job, Jacob. It was cold outside. The saw makes so much of a mess. Partially because I took the guard off, but it just flings water everywhere. The 10-inch saw is way better, but it's a lot more of a hassle to set up. Anyways, the other stones are the Aventurine and a chunk of ruby, which we will also look at under the microscope cam. Man, this video is worthless. There's the labradorite I split. Pretty happy with that. It's got some plum purple in it, which is kind of a rare color to get out of some labradorite. So this sheet of Aventurine has kind of an opaque spot. It has some translucent-ish areas for the most part, and then there's cracks in it, which is what I'm cutting out. But then it had this opaque spot, which was kind of a bar shape, and I hate to just grind it into nothing, so I turned it into the gem for the show this week. Really needed something for the show. Don't have anything done. Need to get some more gems done, right? Right. That's the plan. Let's see. Got that plugged in. I think most of the rest of the video we spend trying to shape this ruby. Terrible camera angle. Fire the camera guy. Anyone want to be a camera guy for free? Absolutely no monetary compensation. I like this chunk of ruby. It's big. Big piece. I think it's going to be pretty cool too. Oh, look at that big old chunk that came flying off of there. I kept all the little extra pieces too. Yeah, I cut a labradorite. Charisse, how's it going? Glad you're here. Good to see ya. Wish I could see the things that I'm cutting. This is such a terrible camera angle. I should have taken the time to actually watch the camera as I'm cutting. See if I got a good shot or not. Colette, how's it going? Gotta fire up the chat bot. All right, there we go. Now where am I? Ah, there I am. How are you? I see you there. Not really, but I see you in the I see the comments in the chats. Yes, I see your profile pictures. Kalakis, cheers. And I even have something to cheers with. Yum. Cheers. So, that takes care of the saw video. Let's get to the Aventurine sliver. There it is. That's the piece. We're going to grind it with the 100 grit, which Aventurine is pretty hard stuff, but since this is opaque and you can kind of see the sugariness of the edge, it's not very well attached to itself, so it actually ground up pretty easily compared to a lot of Aventurine. But since it has all these pits and stuff, we can't really sand it down to a perfectly smooth surface. We got a surface with pits, but still, we made something out of it, and it's a nice character piece. I'm happy with it, and most importantly, I got a stone for this week so I could do the dang show. Hello. I got a lot of jokes from the past few weeks set up. Yeah, so we're gonna do that. Gonna do that. Okay, how are you guys doing? I mean, I sit here and I prattle upon prattliness and carry on and all that kind of stuff, and it's like, what do you guys got to say? You getting ready for this week? No, it is not white. The stupid camera keeps doing that. It's green. It's very green. Look at that. Does that look anything like the color in that picture? No. It's very green by comparison. Drop the gem. That's part of the show. Gotta drop a gem every show. Got a pretty nice polish on it. I'm happy with it. I mean, I like the stone. I just don't like the thing. And so Colette donated some cash to the show, and we've been trying to figure out what to spend it on. And so I wound up taking a donation from Colette and a donation from Benny Loco, and I got this. It's a 25 centimeter foldable LED ring light studio box. It's a box with a ring light in it, and you put things and you take pictures, and it's got different backgrounds. So I think I'm going to try and do this and interchange it. I really like the oak background, but I don't have any good lighting. So maybe I'll get this working, and then I'll stick a chunk of oak in there and see if that works. That's plan A and plan B being activated. Or yellow or green? I thought it should be green. Yes, it is green Aventurine. I have some blue Aventurine. We need to shape some more of that. Bling! Camera time. Bump, 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 bump. Camera time. Top of the desk. Top of the morning. Top of the week. Top of the notch. The top is what you deserve, because you're great. You're great. You. 2 fingers. That's how great you are. It takes more than 1 finger. It takes, at minimum, 2 fingers to point out how great you are. Oh, wow, look at that. It's trying to color correct. It's telling you my settings are all weirded out. It's trying to auto-correct. Yeah, that didn't help either. Apply? Okay. There is reality. We started with 100 grit, straightened it up, smoothed it over. Well, smoothed it over, then straightened it up. Then we switch to the 250 grit, then the 1000 grit, and then we do 2000 on the bench. Is it a cylinder? No, not quite. You're top notch too. Okay, so too far forward. Rough show. Rough show. Trying to figure things out. Okay. So basically I went with this. It had a rounded edge on the one end, so I went with a rounded edge on both ends. And then I just 45'd it across. Like here. From this edge, I just held it on the grinding wheel like that and rolled it over. And that's how I got those freshness kind of a symbols. And then I just went with a nice little 45 on each edge to get rid of the little grindings. Kind of like I did on here, on the backside. Didn't polish the backside as much. I always like to give it a little bit of a polish though. But those pits, the pits in there, those are the things that we'll never actually get rid of, because as we sand down farther, we expose more of them. And so it becomes kind of a sort of a never-ending pit thinger. But at least we got some sort of a sheen on the top, right? Way greener than that picture. Way more green. Very much with the greenliness. I like it. A nice little pendant piece or something, you know, be one of them dangly dingles. It does have a little bit of glitter. Yeah. It has little air pockets in it, little quartz pockets. That's one of the neat things about Aventurine, is that it has all the little sparkles. Not to downplay the beauty of this gem, but let me grab one of the other Aventurines. Aventurines of history. If I can find one. I know I got one in here somewhere. There we go. There. Sparkly, a little bit darker green. Let's show this one. So there you go. You got the comparison of the green. One of them is a lighter green. And not like a cigarette lighter, but like a more lighter. And that's the Aventurine that we did for the show this week. And this Aventurine that we did a few shows ago. Well, that was probably like a year or so ago. Did that other one. I need to do more Aventurine, because honestly, I like it. It always turns out really nice. I'm always happy with it. It's a really nice stone. I'm just more partial to translucent stones. And I was trying to do a peridot for the show. But man, I've been working so much peridot and nothing's turning out. Nothing's really, you know, promising. So it's like, meh. Let's see, labradorite. We're going to show that under the microscope cam. Speaking of shimmers, this stuff, it's black, but it's white. And it's like clear. You can kind of even see through it a little bit. You can see down in it. See the like black spots that are down in there? But then at just the right angle, you get the dragon scale effect. And then if I turn it around, we should get that across the whole thing. And there's like There's even little bits of pink and purple and some blue in there. Look at that. Isn't that nice? That's labradorite. This is my first ever piece of labradorite. I'm liking it. It's really pretty stuff. See if we can zoom in on it a little bit more. I mean, it's got like this like butterfly wing, dragon scale, iridescence. It's really kind of magical. And it's on both sides of the stone that I cut off, too. Like here's the other side of it. Just to give you an idea, these were cut on the saw video earlier. So if I shine it like that, there we go. Nice schiller, iridescent schiller. I like it. And it's, I mean, for the most part, it's just a black stone, black rock. But in the right light, you get those really cool colors. So this is my first piece of labradorite, and I'm learning a lot working with it. What questions do you have? Questions about labradorite, questions about aventurine, questions about gems, questions about why do I have questions? Feel free to ask away. Not guaranteeing any answers. But I'll tell you, you know, that's a valid question, or that question is not valid. Here's the piece of ruby. It's still really rough. It's got a lot of pits in it, but it's got a lot of pink in it, you know. And I've cut down past where any dye that got, you know, if they had soaked it or rolled it in some dye, it wouldn't get this deep. Can't remember if I showed that dyed howlite or not, but people will take howlite and dye it to look like turquoise. And somebody had me cut one open to see if it was dyed howlite or not, and it was. You could see once you get in there how deep the dye went, and then it just wasn't there anymore, and it was very obviously howlite. Gray dude, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing all right. Hope you're ready to have a great week, because that's what we're going to do. Because that's what we are. We're awesome like that. You, me, the audience members. We're going to do our best with everything that's within our abilities to make it a great week. This thing's going to be pretty cool as I polish it up. There's not really much to show under the microscope, beyond that it's not polished yet, but we'll get there. We're working on it. I think it's coming together. I think I showed this on the last show. See all the layers? It's got those little lines in there. Those aren't grind marks. Those are actually stack layers, because the sapphire builds up like a column. But yeah, it's a pretty big chunk of ruby. Pink corundum, essentially. So I'm fired up about that. I'm ready. I think it's going to be cool. You know what else I'm fired up about? Strawberry preserves. Yeah. I wish I had a bigger strawberry garden. I need to put in a bigger strawberry garden. Then there's also the time involved. And then there's also the appetite involved. Because the problem is, I get a lot of strawberries and then I eat them. Makes sense, right? But it would be nice to have some strawberry preserves for the wintertime. And I don't have enough strawberries for the wintertime. I don't have enough strawberries to make preserves. So I bought some, right? And I was really just kind of going, I wasn't like setting out to get some preserves. I wasn't like, oh yeah, preserves. I was like, I want to eat something different that I don't usually eat. And I'm strolling around, and I'm getting some peanut butter. Peanut butter. And I see the preserves. I see the jelly area, which is basically what I'm showing in the picture. And I'm like, okay, what do they got? What do they got? Raspberry jelly? No, I got that. Grape jelly? Not a real big fan of it, to be honest. They got like apple butter. Never been a big fan of apple butter. Then they got like cherry jelly. That's pretty good. But I don't know. I think I'll just go with what I want, which is strawberry. Because I've been on a strawberry kick lately, just like eating strawberries and grapes and green grapes, not the purple ones, which I wonder why they don't have green grape jelly. Maybe it just would taste too much like apple jelly? Not sure. Gonna have to think on that one. But I did not have to think as I found the strawberry preserves. And it's not just strawberry jelly, it's like chunks of strawberry in it. And I'm like, okay, I can see that. It's like strawberries with lots of sugar mixed in a spreadable form, so I can just whip some out on a piece of toast. Lots of butter, lots of preserves. You got yourself a dessert ready to go in the morning. And that's why I bought it. That's now the one that I bought, and I bought the Smuckers, because I guess I'm a schmuck, for some Kurs. And I don't know. I've tasted them. They're usually pretty good. I've tasted off brands that aren't very good, and so I stuck with what I know. They have apple jelly, yes, apple jelly and apple butter. But they have the strawberry preserves too, and I think it's in the middle. It's kind of in the it's where they want you to discover it. It's not like up and out of the way or something like all the organic ones that they're trying to not get you to buy. It's the ones that sell, the ones that get the primary shelf space, so people who are gathering their groceries, they just get it, they go, they're out the door, and somebody else can come in and take their place and give them their money, and that's business for you. Optimized business. And it got me too. I took that preserves up to the countertop and I checked it and it went beep and I stuck my dollars in the machine slot. Which Adam Gable had he's a New York comedian. He's got a lot of great one-liners. He had a funny joke where he just says, "Take that and that and that." Me putting change into the automated teller or the automated checkout, and I'm like, "Yep." Or no, it said me paying with change. It said, yeah. It was funny stuff because I'm the same way. I love the only thing that I like about the self checkout center. Pretty much the only thing I like about the self checkout is that I can dump all of my change in there. I mean, why use Coinstar? They charge you money to cash in your change. I just dump it all right into that automated checkout machine, and I'm like, take that and that and that and all of these and all the weight that's in my pocket right now. So anyway, that's what I bought, and that's why I bought that. That's a ton of jellies. It probably does weigh about 2,000 pounds, I would say, because jelly is heavy. I can understand that. Big piece of ruby. Looks like a stained glass window. Oh, it does. Yeah, the labradorite looks like stained glass. Yeah. Okay, so have you ever bought preserves? Then which one did you buy? And why did you buy that? Marmalade. You know, I don't want any marmalade. I don't want to eat any marmalade until I know what a marmal is. Because a marmal sounds like an animal. Is this like juiced animal with sugar? And then you put it in a glass. And you call it marmalade. Actually, marmalade was what the one bear ate. Because you got Winnie the Pooh, you got Corduroy, and you got Paddington. They're all stuffed bears. They're all part of the kid's story. They're all trying to take the market. One of them ate marmalade. And I tried orange marmalade once, and it had the rind in it. Turned me off to marmalade forever. probably what blanked it out of my mind. And I'm probably getting that way wrong. But maybe I'm right, because Grey Dude said marmalade, which I don't like, which is why we don't mention it. Marmals. Sheesh. Trying to make aid out of them. Okay, so what do we got? We got no, yes. Jokes. Great. Great job, camera. What is the deal with the camera? Why is it changing things on me? Maybe this camera's breaking. Maybe it's malfunctioning. We'll try and leave that setting. Okay. Anyways, not that there's anything to look at. Just the host trying to host a show. I mean, that just makes too much sense, right? Okay, what do I have in terms of jokes? Me trying to do the show. That's joke enough. Blink. Whoa. Now I'm zooming around and everything. Alright, what do I got for jokes? Jokes. Speaking of which, someone told me I suck. Like it's a bad thing. But my vacuum sucks and it's amazing. And that's a clean joke because it involves a vacuum cleaner. I had this idea, right? So I was eating Chinese food at a restaurant, and I was using these chopsticks. And the thing is, I'm not sure what to get when I'm at the Chinese food restaurant, which is why the buffets are great, because then you can try it all. But they didn't have a buffet, so I ordered a couple of things, and I'm eating my stuff, and I'm looking around, and I'm seeing that other people got stuff that looks pretty good, and I kind of want to try it. So that's when I came up with the idea to turn like car antennas into chopsticks, so that like I can extend them way out, and then I can throw a fortune cookie over there, and when they're not looking, I can nab something off of their plate and then fold it up and try it myself. I thought that was, it's not a joke. It's a thing that we need to make so that I can use. Let's see. I took a gun class, and it was about gun math. It's called trigonometry. Doing something at all cost is a lot easier when you're poor. Let's see. You know, when I used to watch comedy, I wanted to see people do really well. But now that I'm a comedian, I don't want them to see them do. I wanted to see them do well so that they would make me laugh. But now that I'm a comedian, I'm like, don't do well. I want to see you bomb so that it makes me feel better about my inability to do the same thing. And that comment is so baloney you could make a sandwich out of it. Someone told me to see a specialist. I thought that's discriminatory. Someone who hates special people because they're a specialist. Yeah, it was pretty rough writing jokes this week. We're gonna get into the next couple of weeks. Let's see. I'm upset with self-checkouts. Like I said, the only thing I like is that I can dump all my change in there. But what I don't like is that I have to see myself on camera, but they don't give me any filter options, you know? I mean, hey, Snapchat, why don't you get into the self-checkout business? Someone said that if your cat is misbehaving, you should get a spray bottle and spray them. But my cat actually likes the bath. So I had to get a super soaker. Now he just thinks we're playing. But yeah, anyway, that's not very funny either. This one needs to go with the long chopsticks joke. I love Chinese food. It turns out I'm a crab rangoon. Dang. This was a rough week. My new porn name is Your Highness. Yeah. Video still going. We still got time. Okay. Um, my new rap name is Hippopotamus. Let's see. Someone told me I should go to church, but I said I can't because I'm claustrophobic. Yeah, that one's pretty dumb too. Okay, do we have any good ones? Commercials are misleading. I can't stand products like grape nuts. It doesn't taste like grapes. It just tastes like nuts. I think a lot of that one's in the delivery. Oh, so speaking of eating stuff and trying to get healthy and all that and eating grape nuts and crab rangoon, I think my car is trying to tell me something. Because the other day I was driving and this little light came on that reads ABS, abs. Now my car is telling me I'm fat. And I thought, wait, nah, that's crazy. But then it broke down and now I have to walk everywhere. My ADHD is like having 80 HD TVs on at the same time. Full blast. Wow, this one's pretty bad, but we haven't had any poop jokes yet. It's really cold outside, so I thought I'd warm up by eating spicy food. But it didn't warm me up. It just gave me a case of the shitsicles. Oh, this is a great product idea. Not even a joke. We need to make a mace horn. It's a combination mace and train horn. Just sounds like a brilliant idea. Let's see. I was at the bar and I tried to order a drink, but the bartender was busy on her phone or on their phone, and I noticed that they were on Facebook. So I went on Facebook and posted a picture of me trying to order a drink and tagged them. Yeah, there's more to it. Needs to be built out into a full story, right? There needs to be a pretense and a post tense and then an actual punchline would be a good idea. Let's see. Oh, speaking of getting healthy, I got a personal trainer, and the personal trainer told me to do jumping jacks. I said I can't do jumping jacks. I can't jump because I'm afraid of heights. Yeah, we're getting there. I saw a video of somebody talking about how much money they make trading stocks. And I thought, they look stupider than I am. I bet I can do what they do. So now I'm a stock trader. That's not very nice. Oh, I went to a taekwondo tournament and I was trying to participate, but I didn't have a mouth guard, so I just ate a whole bunch of chewing gum and made a mouth guard out of chewing gum. But every time I got punched in the stomach, I blew a bubble. Which reminds me, I do need to get healthy. So I've been eating better, you know? I'm eating things like tuna fish. And all of the tuna cans say that they're dolphin safe. Like it's a good thing. But is it really a good thing? I mean, dolphins are dicks. I was assaulted by a dolphin. I want that dolphin unsafe tuna. I want a company that says we do two things: assault dolphins and can tuna. That's the company that gets my dollar. Oh, I was thinking about this. So, you know, the problem with electric cars is that they take so long to charge. You know, it's kind of like my cell phone. When it's dead, it takes so long to charge. And so I had this idea, we're going to make gas-powered cell phones. Yeah, and we'll run them on ethanol so that anytime I'm surfing social media and I get upset, I can just take a drink out of the tank. It's brilliant. Which reminds me, studies show that the best pie for dancing is lemon meringue pie. Almost done. Let's see. We're gonna have, this is another brilliant product idea from the Jake Co. Industries. we're going to have Reebok make breast implants. Push to pump, you know? Depends on what you're doing. Okay, I had my appendix taken out, but now I can't find the parts to books I want to read. One of the worst things about social media is not knowing if you're being ghosted or if they died and actually became a ghost. Moved all my porn onto an SSD. I call it my sex drive. And then we got 2 more of them, but I didn't copy them down. Let me pull these up on the old Phoneinator 9000. Do 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 do. Yeah. Okay. Almost done. Oh, this isn't even a finished joke, darn. But it is an idea. We're going to make a video game called Stack the Garbage, where you gain points for stacking the garbage high without having to actually take it out. It's kind of like a version of Tetris, and you're helping the environment because you're not using as many trash bags. All right. So, I don't like spicy food. The closest I get to a chili pepper is listening to Red Hot Chili Peppers. If someone gives me a jalapeno, I have to give it away now. That one's pretty bad. But that's why it fits so well with this week's joke portion of the program. Fresh jokes every week, folks. So glad you made it. So glad you were able to come by and say hi. So glad I was actually able to knock out a show this week. How long has it been? Like 3 weeks? 4 weeks? I think I missed 3 weeks. Man, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. I lost count. I can't even count that high. That's how many weeks it's been since I've done the show. You guys are so great. Tastes like the box, actually. Yeah, yeah, it's better just to eat the box. I mean, it's like they're recycling boxes and then putting them in boxes and selling it as cereal. That's terrible. But you know what's not terrible? You. Because you're great audience members. You're great people. I love having you here. It's always fantastic to see you guys. Thank you, Charisse. Thank you, Kiwi Claw. Thank you, Colette S., Queen of the Rubies. Great dude, made it. Awesome. I am so happy. And we had Kalakis420 come by. He's an awesome guy. And we even had Craft Grow and Buds and Hazards. You guys are all so fantastic. I love you all. That's why I hope to see you. And I'm really gonna try and bring out, like, I think if we don't get this guy done, this labradorite, we're gonna try and do some amethyst. And I got a couple other things in the works. We got this shield. I've been working on a piece of iolite. And hopefully I'll have something ready to show you next week and every week at 9 p.m. Eastern.